Troll Nation, Chris here with Telesplash Gaming, and I'm back to bring you the Xbox One's exclusive games for 2019. Now there's a little bit of an asterisk next to that because Microsoft makes a ton of PC games, and many of the games that are coming to the Xbox One are also going to be on PC, but they're not going to be on the PlayStation and they're not going to be on the Nintendo Switch. So let's get into it. First game up is a game called Tunic. Now this is really Microsoft's answer to the old school Legend of Zelda series. It's scheduled for release sometime later this year, and you're an anthropomorphic fox in an isometric view, and you traverse your world collecting weapons and items to power up and become the best hero you can be. You have to use these items and weapons to fight off the enemies and solve puzzles. It has open exploration and quite a few of those challenging puzzles I mentioned, but this really feels like a game Microsoft needs to reel in some of those additional gamers. I really feel like Nintendo and Sony own 2018, and this is Microsoft's chance to really get back into the game. It looks really cool. If you're an SNES fan or classic of old school RPGs, Tunic might be the one to get this year. Next up is Battletoads 2019. Now, I don't think anybody was begging for a Battletoads game, but this is one of those games where you don't really have to ask for it to appreciate it. Now, if you played the original Battletoads, and unfortunately I did, you understand that Battletoads is one of the toughest old school action beat-em-up games. And for fun's sake, I kinda hope they make the same exact game in the modern day version. I want a tough side-scrolling game. I loved Mega Man, I love me some Cuphead, and Battletoads could really take advantage of some of the newer side-scrolling systems and implement them into a brand new beat-em-up game that is not only fun, but challenging. Co-op with a buddy, offline or online, could be the way to check out Battletoads. Crackdown 3 has been hit with delay after delay after delay, but 2019 is the year. I can feel it. I'm optimistic today. 1 and 2 were award-winning. They were well-received. People loved them. And hopefully, with the new game coming out, all will be forgotten in terms of delays. And the third title actually takes place as another sequel to the original. It takes place in an alternate timeline. So this is actually a sequel to the first Crackdown. It takes you back to fighting the criminal syndicates, and I hope that we can finally get our hands on it. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for this sequel coming out later this year. Gears 5 is coming out later this year, and this is a heavy hitter from Microsoft. And with the Gears series, you're either a fan of Gears or you just haven't played it yet, because it's that kind of game. It's one of the best action shooters of the last decade. And Gears 5 looks to build on everything you love about it, and it brings in some really fun co-op. That's what I love about Gears. Online, split screen, local co-op. It's going to be so fun. So if you have not had a chance to play Gears yet, there's plenty of titles to catch up on. And if you want to play it for the first time, why not start with Gears 5 later this year? One of Xbox's biggest indie hits is getting its much-deserved sequel. Ori and Will of the Wisps is going to grow on everything that made Ori and the Blind Forest popular. With a new combat system, locations to explore, enemies to fight, and abilities to learn, this is going to be a surefire hit for 2019. I am curious to see the changes. Changing up a combat system is kind of a bold move to make for something that worked so well in the first game, but I have faith in them. Skating fans haven't had a ton to be excited about lately, but due to a Kickstarter, Session is on its way. It seems to be more of a skate sim, so it may not be the old Tony Hawk's Pro Skater style you want, but it could end up being a really cool skateboarding game. With open-ended gameplay, a fisheye lens, kind of akin to a VHS tape, I hope this game can deliver. So if you're a fan of skating, take a look at Session coming out later this year. Void Bastards. A very unique name with a very unique look. Utilizing cel-shaded graphics, this is a strategy shooter. You're the leader of a band of misfit prisoners from the Void Ark tasked with taking out other spaceships and whatever dangers that the realm of space can procure. Using tons of strategy, it is a strategy shooter. You need to map out your every move to ensure survival. Very unique look, and I'm kind of curious to see how this one does. Ooblets? Imagine Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing mixed together, and then you also are raising these ooblets that are like Pokemon, and that's kind of the general idea of this game. You're a farming game where you grow and manage your farm, but you also traverse the land, fight other trainers, and grow these ooblets. So it's kind of unique. Beyond that, I don't know a lot about it, but the visuals look stunning, and it has a really unique premise. So Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, Pokemon mixed together, kind of crazy. Cuphead: The Delicious Last Course. Now normally I wouldn't include DLC, but Cuphead is one of the greatest Xbox exclusive games, so the DLC is a big deal. And I cannot wait to see what the latest battles and events look like coming up in the latest Cuphead game. Alright guys, what'd you think of Xbox exclusives for 2019? Any games you're pumped about? I think for me, obviously being a Cuphead fan, I cannot wait to play the DLC on that. But the sad part is, I haven't even beat the original Cuphead. So I gotta do that before the DLC arrives. Gears of War 5 looks good, Ori and Will of the Wisps, there's so many good ones. Let me know down below what you guys are excited for. With that being said guys, I appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button if you love the content. Don't forget though, keep rolling, keep trolling. We'll talk to you guys next time.